video real quick, man. Listen. Woo! Shout out to Joe Buttons, man, because I was watching this shit and I heard him give his thoughts and his results of what happened as far as that Omarion and Mario versus the other night. It was a couple of nights ago, probably maybe almost about a week now. Uh, I watched it. Uh, listen, hey, listen, man. Let's just be honest. Listen, I'm first of all, number one. Let's just put this out here. Uh, Shout out to my brother Mario, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother, man. He from the city, you know what I mean? From B-more, man. So shout out to the brother, man. Shout out to the little homie, man. Listen, what up, KP? Listen, first number one, first of all, let's just I'm laughing at shit because this shit is funny to me. First of all, let's just put these two things out here. Number one, Omarion cannot outsing Mario. It's just I don't even know why people even thought that. I don't even know why people thought that that was going to be something that was going to be competitive. It was not going to be that. Um, it wasn't going to be that. Okay, Omarion is not even a decent singer. Okay, he's one of those artists that spends too much time dancing. Right? He doesn't even have enough songs that it even he couldn't sing those songs live good. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know how you hear somebody sing songs in the studio, you hear them on records and you be like, oh, that's nice, right? um he can't sing them songs live. He doesn't. You can just listen to the recordings of some of them records that that he's not that great of a singer. Okay, so let's just put that out there. I don't know why people even thought that he could outsing Mario. Let's just put that out there. Dancing, we know goddamn well Omarion is probably about he's at least top 10 greatest dancers of all times. Let's just be real. He could be in the top 5 if you want to be honest. We can be honest. I may want to have that discussion soon of the best dancers ever as far as an artist. He could be, you could mention him in the top 5, but I give him top 10. Listen, we know he's better. He's one of the best. He's one of the greatest dancers of all times. I fucks with him when he dance. All right, he's one of the best dancers. Listen, uh, so let's just get that out the way. Listen, to be very very honest about this, and I love Mario. I told you he the homie from the city. That's the little homie from the city, man. You know what I mean? From B-more. You know what I mean? And I told y'all I could be biased from dudes that come from my city, and I'm usually am, right? I usually got a little bias, and I do got bias when it comes to Mario. He from the city, but I'm honest. Mario shouldn't even have been in that same atmosphere with him, because you're talking about hits. Omarion has hits. Mario has hits, but he doesn't have Omarion hits. Okay? It was to me, no lie to you, it was a weird matchup anyway. But Mario handled his own, and then the reason that he handled his own was because of Omarion can't fucking sing. And he didn't use his catalog right. And he was arguing as fuck. Like, you just go out there and just assume that you was going to win this versus because your catalog is like that. Now we know you ain't in the same realm as Chris Brown. We all know that. I mean, it's a lot of motherfuckers. Listen, Chris Brown on the whole other level. Let's just move on from that. But you're not. Mario shouldn't even have been in the same motherfucking vicinity when it came to your catalog. he went out there and did a horrible fucking job. Like it almost seemed like he was out there and he's on tour. Like nigga, this is verses. This is not a tour. This is not like performing at the BET Awards or some shit like that. Like what the fuck are you doing? This ain't uh let me play. I'm getting the Icon Award, my greatest hits type shit. You out of verses. So what the fuck was Omarion doing? This motherfucker out there eating watermelon with his brother and shit, licking and what the fuck is he doing, bro? Like that shit was weird, yo. Listen, believe it or not, a lot of people think that Omarion is a weird ass nigga anyway, right? What he just did at the verses made it made motherfuckers that was calling him weird, motherfuckers like me that probably didn't think he was weird, like yo, this nigga a weirdo. He was doing weirdo shit. Your catalog is way too. Your catalog is too big. His catalog was bigger than Mario's. He had too much shit in his catalog for him to lose that, and he lost. You out there dancing and shit, doing all that dancing and ain't singing. You should have been. You should have been having. He should have been having some type of voice lessons and shit like that. Like you know what I mean? Like me getting this shit together. Like you know what I mean? You know the dude can dress. We all know Omarion can dress. You know, we ain't worrying about that. But you know, he didn't have to dance all. He ain't had to do all that dancing and shit like that. Um, Even the props and all that other shit. Some of that shit was unnecessary. But that comes with performing at the verses. That's it. Just was weird, man. The dude was doing weird shit. He wasn't perform. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to do to win the verses. This is what a performance dance verse. Because if that was the case, he should have had a better opponent. I mean, he should have had another opponent to do some shit like that. And there's only a few artists that actually can really get out there and perform like that with Omarion. You know what I'm saying? And that's Chris Brown and Usher and motherfuckers like that. You even can put what's Shorty name? God damn it, I forgot, yo. I call him Little Prince and shit. God damn, what's his name, man? Damn, I can't think of his name. That that now that would I can't. What is that dude? Now I can't think of his motherfucking name. And that probably would have been a better matchup for Mario. That would have been more competitive. Um, to me, he would have had a better competitive versus if he'd have faced this dude. I can't remember your fucking name. I like y'all. I call him Little Baby Prince and shit. God damn it. Damn, I can't think of this little nigga. But anyway, but Omarion, man, listen, man. You actually you first of all, the verses had already started off stupid because they had Ray J, Pleasure P, um, Sammy, and Bobby V. Bobby V. First of all, let's just be very very honest. Um, I don't even think Bobby V should have been there. I think he got way too many better songs in a catalog than all three of those guys. You know, maybe him and Pleasure P probably could have did a versus just him and Pleasure P, but you know, I don't know if they got 20. Now Pleasure P probably get down, bring out some, he go in his catalog with Pretty Ricky, he may have 20. Cause he do sings all that shit. So he sings on all them songs. So and he does the hooks and shit. So he may could have 20. I had to look at that catalog. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Pretty Ricky. You know what I mean? Pleasure P. I like those niggas. You know what I'm saying? They's my guys. I still fucks with those songs to the day. So Pleasure P and Bobby V probably would have had a better versus just those two in the beginning than to have Ray J and Sammy there. I mean, these niggas don't have no catalog like that. I don't even know why, uh Sammy and motherfucking Ray J was even there. That shit was horrible. That already fucked it up right there. Then these niggas is out there acting like they rappers, they all these gangster ass tough guys. Man, you niggas are R&B singers, man. I'm like the dude from 112, nigga. You supposed to be out there being sexy and you know what I mean, and singing, nigga. Y'all niggas out there acting like y'all Fat Joe and motherfucking Ja Rule or something. Like what the fuck was y'all doing? I mean, it started off horrible. Ray J tried to keep his composure a little bit, try to keep it respectful. But then these niggas just started, President P, especially Sammy, like nigga, don't nobody know who you are, bro. You got a couple of hits when you was a kid, nigga. And nobody knows who you are, bro. Talking about you started, nigga. You didn't start nothing. Sit your little goofy ass down somewhere, man. And I didn't even know that was Sammy. Nigga looked totally different. Nigga looked like he about my age. You got to be at least in your late 20s, early 30s, nigga. You ain't that old. Like, what are you doing? You ain't had a hit since early 2000s, mid 2000s shit. Like these niggas them niggas was out there being corny, man. There was a bunch of cornball. This was a corny ass verses. And the only person that was out there that actually was respectable I could take out there was Mario. And I wasn't I'm not being biased because he's from the city. He was the only one that actually did a fucking great job. Everybody else was horrible. Everybody. Ray J, Bobby V, Pleasure P, Sammy, and definitely Omarion. It was a clown show. Like, what the fuck is they doing out there? This shit was horrible, man. I'm sorry, people. That shit was horrible to me. And Omarion should be ashamed of himself, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, people. I didn't see some verses that was horrible. Well, I ain't say horrible, but they wasn't that good. This shit was horrible. Let me try to think. I'm trying to think of the last verses I had that I thought that was horrible. Listen, if Jada Kiss saved the diplomats and Locks verses, he saved that shit. Well, the whole Locks did, but mainly Jada. If they wouldn't have smashed dipset like that, they wouldn't have torched their ass like that. That would have been probably one of the worst verses I ever seen. Believe it or not, Dipset was these niggas. They came out there. Matter of fact, they came out there on that Omarion shit. These niggas, I don't know what it is with some of these niggas coming out there, man. You niggas is horrible, man. Some of y'all need to stop, man. Like seriously, if y'all ain't gonna come out there and take that shit seriously, don't even come out there. Like my man Jada said and shit at that verses. What we doing here? Like you get what I'm saying? What the fuck we doing here? Shout out to Jada. Jada basically saved the verses for a lot of you niggas, believe it or not. Because a lot of these verses been some bullshit. The fucking and the matchups are horrible. Like, that's one of the big parts of why these shits ain't been all that great. Um, and then they not even promoting this shit like they supposed. I didn't even know nothing about the Mario and Omarion verses. They need to promote this shit better. I think ever since Swiss Beats and them gave that shit to the white people, they've been fucking it up. But anyway, um, like the Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 shit was horrible. Like if you really, really want to be honest about it, it was horrible. It was a bad matchup. And I just think it was horrible. It was very horrible. Like I seriously. I think it was two different types of styles. They shouldn't have been in the same vicinity. I mean in the same verses together. They should have had somebody else that could battle 3-6. That wasn't that good. And let's just be very, very honest about this. I know that 3-6 got Grammys, Grammy. Is it a Grammy? I think they may have a Grammy. That Oscar one. I don't think they got a Grammy, but they got the Oscar shit. I know they got that, and I know they got hits and shit like that. But we all know Bone Thugs was the biggest artist, biggest group artist. Nobody's thinking of 3 6 Mafia as one of the greatest rap groups of all time. Nobody's thinking about that shit. And I'm just to be honest, and I like 3 6, but just let's be honest. Come on now, like seriously, um, because Juicy J is a grown ass, old ass man now, and he just walk around as some type of corny ass nigga, and that's just real talk. Especially since he got with the weirdo ass nigga Wiz Khalifa and shit. Didn't just be on some weird goofy shit. But anyway, old ass nigga trying to be young and shit. That shit be pissing me off. But anyway, man, niggas be in their 40s trying to act like they young. That shit be pissing me off, bro. Um, uh, that was one. I didn't really like it like that. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't terrible, but it was okay. The Bone Thugs shit, but they just should that the matchup was fucked up. I didn't like the matchup. The matchup was stupid. Um, the Pimp C. I mean you know, uh, Ball MJG shit and uh uh Bun B shit. That shit shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened. Cause Pimp C not here. That shouldn't have happened. That was horrible to me. And ain't no lie to you. I didn't really fuck with that like that. Cause I just I don't think that MJ 8 Ball MJG catalog is even kind of, I can't say that, but it's about the same. But I just thought that they're not as more known as Pimp C and Bun B to me. But but they've been around a long time. But that shit shouldn't have never happened. It was one of those verses that shouldn't have happened without Pimp C being there. So I didn't like that verses. Um I didn't like the matchup with DMX and God rest his soul. I didn't like the DMX and Snoop shit. That shit was horrible to me. No lie to you. It been some whack ass verses out here, people. I'm just going to try to think of some. Um, Leave some comments in the chat. Let me know about some verses that y'all seen that y'all think that's horrible. I just thought that DMX and Snoop shit was horrible to me. I didn't like it. Um, uh, I think at the time for the pandemic, it was cool. It might have been big if they was like now everybody out and they you know, they're in a facility and shit like that with fans and shit. It probably would have hit better. Um, I just thought that the matchup wasn't bad. It was just maybe X wasn't in the greatest shape. You know what I mean? He just didn't look right. Um, you know the you know they that type of artist like DMX is that he's more of an entertainer. He's not like an inside dude. You know what I mean? It was weird. Snoop could get away with that shit, but it still was off seeing Snoop and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like them dudes needed to be in a at a stadium or some shit. They didn't need to be like doing that shit in the pandemic. It was just a bad. It was the whole shit was the vibe was off. I just didn't like it. I don't think it was a bad matchup. I just think it wasn't good. The state that DMX was in at the time, and then just the whole pandemic shit, they was closed in and they ain't had no fans. And the shit just sometimes you need fans for certain shit. Um it was way too much mutual respect there. It was just off. I didn't like that versus. Um Let me think, man. Who else was bad? What up, brother Bell? I think the Eve and the Trina shit was weird too. I didn't like that match. I really didn't like that matchup. I thought Eve was a little bit bigger. I think her catalog was a little bit bigger to me. Um, and they didn't hit right because of the pandemic and shit like that. It just wasn't a good. That was horrible. I didn't like that one. The Monica and what was it, Brandy joint. Um, I didn't really kind of like that too much. I thought like that those type of artists like that, certain artists that they have been having, they supposed to have been like out in clubs or stadiums and shit and doing that. Like how you see it now versus they, some of they probably would have been better if they wasn't in the pandemic time. And I just say that. Um so yeah. Um the Jeezy and Gucci shit was good, but I didn't like the disrespect of Gucci. Gucci was on his old Gucci shit. I didn't kind of really like that. And I understood it was bad blood there, but if y'all was gonna squash that shit by the end of the night, I guess you got to be real at the time. But I didn't like the energy of Gucci. But it was a great versus. I still, to me, I just, my honest opinion, I just, uh Gucci always going to be, to me, an underground rapper, underground legend. He's not Jeezy. He's not on Jeezy level. Jeezy got hood songs, but Jeezy got shit that went pop and crossed over and shit. So Jeezy on another level to me. So people say Gucci won it. I don't think so. I mean, if you be realistic about it, yeah, his tactics and how he was acting and shit, yeah, I mean, whatever. If you down for that fuck shit, but I think Jeezy won that verse. He had way too many good hits. I think he could have uh did his catalog a little different, a little better. But you know, um, so what else verses, man? It's a couple of verses out here that I thought was bullshit. Um, yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Um, I know what we haven't seen in a minute, other than this last bullshit that is happening. We haven't had like the old school. I think we did. Did we have the old school? Key Sweat. It was Key Sweat and somebody. I think that was a good versus Keith Sweat and somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but we need some more of them old school like 2000s. We need we need the tanks, the Tyrese's, the Genuines, a couple of those guys. You know what I mean? We need some of those guys, some early 2000 dudes. Um, I think but we need to have better matchups. Believe it or not, we need better matchups. We getting a lot of these bullshit ass matchups. What?
Daddy, the phone a charge.
All right, I'll charge it.
It's too small.
All right, I'll charge it.
I know, Captain.
Yeah, but we gotta have better matchups. I was watching Joe Budden's, uh, I think today, and he was talking about a matchup between J. Cole and Wale, and I think do Ice on there. He was saying something like or Ish, Ice, or one of them dudes, the dark skinned bald head dude they got on there. I think his name Ish or something, or Ice. Um, he was saying that he think that Wale would destroy J. Cole. Um, Catalog wise, um, only if J. Cole, only way Wale will win that if, because just the aura of J. Cole, and it depends, and it all depends where they do this shit at too. So you gotta think about, gotta depend what city they in when they do this shit. If they was to do this, um, J. Cole has a aura about him, and what I mean by that is, it's like Cole is like he's like the baby of like a Nas and Jay put together. You get what I'm saying? It's an aura about him. Like if Nas walked into a spot, Nas has an aura when he walks up. You know, you see if you've seen Nas or something like that, or Nas do a show, like it's an aura that he has. It's the same thing with Jay. J. Cole, J. Cole has that aura. But he's like the if they had a baby or some shit like that, J. Cole and Nas, Jay and Nas had a baby. J. Cole would be that, right? And his aura, and it depends where they at too sometimes. And I don't think it don't matter. In the sense, I don't think it really matters where they go because J. Cole got fans all around the country and around the world. But his aura, presence, just his aura, his presence is gonna give him an edge, right? Catalog, we can go. I have to go back and look at J. Cole catalog. I've been fucking with J. Cole since back in the day, since like when he wasn't really known like that. When I fuck with more, put it like this, I fucked with J. Cole more when he did mixtapes, right? I was fucking with J. Cole with his mixtapes back in the day. That's how I got on to J. Cole. And I fuck with that shit more than I actually fuck with some of the shit in his catalog. Believe it or not, like people gotta go back and look at some of his mixtapes, bro. His shit was fire. It was like it was around that same time him and like Drake was coming up too. Drake had his mixtapes and shit. He was coming up. It was around that time, and people was sleeping on J. Cole's because everybody was like, "Damn, this dude Drake." Blah blah blah. It's kind of like it is now. You know, Drake the guy he is, but people kind of still sleep on J. Cole. J. Cole got a catalog, but I fuck with his mixtape shit more. And if he getting his bag with them mixtape shits that I think he should do, he would fuck around murder. I ain't gonna say murder, but he would put a little hurting on Wale. But this ain't me being biased again, because you know what I mean, I represent the whole DMV. You know what I'm saying? Uh DC, Maryland, Virginia. Listen, I go back fucking with, because he came up around that same time too. Um, Wale, Wale had some hits, bro. If you go on his catalog and get in his bag, he get in his bag, man. Especially with some of that shit that was, you know, Nike boots and shit. Like, yo, he get back and he go in his bag. He'll get J. Cole a hard night. I don't think he'll fuck J. Cole up, but it depends how J. Cole do his catalog. But I wouldn't not say that Wale couldn't win that, but I just don't think that he'd demolish J. Cole like that. If J. Cole getting his bag like he's supposed to, getting that catalog bag. And I'm talking about going back to the mixtapes. I'm telling you, people sleep on that shit. Go back and listen to some of J. Cole when he was first coming out. And that boy shit, that shit was hard, man. Um excuse me. Then they threw out two other dudes that J. Cole should be. Wale, people want to see this. People want to do. I guess these two artists want to do that with Wale. One is Big Sean. Big Sean has a catalog, but I'm not the biggest fan of Big Sean. I got certain songs that I like that he does. That he has, but I'm not the biggest. I was never the biggest fan of Big Sean, so I would automatically, unless Wale just come out there and do terrible with his catalog, and don't take Big Sean seriously. That's the only way that Wale would lose that versus. And then the other person they brung up was Wale and Meek Mills. To be very, very honest with people, it'll be a good matchup, but I'll take Meek. I think Meek catalog too deep. Meek's still doing music right now too, so and it doesn't matter what what area that Wale would go at. Like he, Wale get on some love shit. Me got those. Um, I'm talking about hits like that. He got hits like that. Um, and that's probably where Wale's strongest suit would be. So his bag of hits in that range of hits, he probably could get Meek on that part. But if Wale wanted to go to on some gangster shit, Meek got that. That's Meek shit. But Wale can get there. He got shit. He especially hits. Um, Pop shit. Wale got that. Meek and Wale got that shit. That'd be tough. Club bangers. That'd be tough. But um, hey, I gotta go to the store. They talking about thunderstorm. Oh shit. Uh, Alexa, what is the weather for today?
In Baltimore, it's 91 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today, you can look for some sun and thunderstorms, with a high of 92 degrees and a low of 71 degrees. By the way, there's a severe thunderstorm watch for that area until Saturday, July 2nd, 9 p.m.
Oh shit, man, I gotta go to the store. I'm hurrying to do this, people. I gotta go to the store real quick, man. I ain't trying to get caught out there in that shit. Even though I'm going right up the street still. Um, Go right to. I'm gonna have to go to that bar right up the street. I ain't going all the way over there to get my shit. Anyway, um, yeah. So like, yeah, on some pop shit, he got that. Street anthems, Meek got that. They both got that, but Meek probably got that more. But it'll be a long night for both of them. But I still ride with Meek just because of Meek got one of the best intros of all times, and that's that shit off of Dream and Nightmares. And I don't think a lot of people got better intros than Meek, especially that one. I haven't heard in the shit, and I've been fucking with hip hop since I was a kid. But listen, intros, that intro of Meek, that Dream and Nightmares intro, nobody fucking with that. Sorry, I don't give a fuck what rapper. Old school, new school, I don't give a fuck. Nobody fucking with that intro. Maybe if I go back and listen to some of Pot's, maybe Pot. Um, I haven't heard an intro like that in a long time. I maybe have to go back and listen to some intros, but I believe me he at least top three intro all time. But I believe he got the best intro of all times. But I gotta go back and listen to some Pac shit. I think Pac got one or two of them, and I gotta go back and look at them. Um, listen to them. But and it's probably a couple other people I gotta go back and listen to the intros. Um, and maybe I look at it, but I don't know. So while they don't have no intro like that, and once Meek dropped, listen, all Meek gotta do, he can drop that bitch first, and he can drop that bitch last. Cause Meek got a catalog where he could drop that uh uh Dreams and Nightmare intro. That he got enough shit in his catalog that way he don't have to save that. He can just come straight out and bomb with that. Like drop that shit and the fucking crowd going crazy. And then people keep forgetting about that one street anthem, man. Listen, I'm a boss. That's a fucking hood anthem. That's up there with the fucking DMX shit, stop, drop, and roll anthem, bro. Like real talk. I just trying to tell motherfuckers, man. Meek got Meek could give a lot of motherfuckers some problems outside of Nas, Jay. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't even put him in that category, but listen, him and Drake could go at it. It'd be a good matchup. I think people probably might go with Drake, but I don't Drake doesn't have street anthems. Drake doesn't have um intros like that. But it'll be a great matchup though. I think it'd be a hell of a matchup. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a hell of a fucking matchup. I think that's that right there probably be um the only person I think that actually could really fuck with Drake. And I think it's Meek. Meek got shit. He got shit. And he ain't just got some shit from back in the day. He got some shit right now that I fuck with, and recently that he just did. So Meek can get up there with fucking fuck with Drake, but that back to back shit. If Drake played that'll fuck like two or three of Meek's songs up, and that's just real talk. And I ain't even gonna lie about that. So that would hurt. That probably be the only song that fuck around kill. That's the only way that I think that Meek could really lose that battle bad. But give me a second here, people. Yeah, so you know that'd be a great matchup, man. Um, I think but for the Wale shit, I think Wale will do good with all those guys. I think he'll have. I think. I think at the end of the day, he couldn't beat Meek because I think Meek just his catalog is a little too deep. And if he played his catalog right, he'll kill. Um, Potentially murder Wale if he play his catalog right. But a lot of times when they get in these verses, they don't play their catalogs right. You know what I'm saying? They don't be like the only person I've seen play their catalog like they supposed to play their catalog. No lie to you. People gonna get mad at me for this, but on real talk, the only person that played their catalog right was Ja Rule. He was the only person out of all the verses. Ja Rule played his catalog exactly how he's supposed to. Exactly how he's supposed to. There was a couple of songs here and there. I was like, nah, he shouldn't have played that shit. But because he could have did something else. It probably the song. Everybody had one of them couple songs that be like, just planning to be planted because it could be their favorite song or whatever. But Ja Rule played his catalog like he's supposed to. That's why he whipped Fat Joe ass, because he played his catalog right. And believe it or not, I didn't think that Fat Joe should have been even out there with Ja Rule, catalog wise. Fat Joe has a good catalog. It might be, but it ain't all that. It ain't all that. That was a bad matchup to me. I think everybody kept doubting Ja. I didn't doubt Ja. I thought Ja had the better catalog than me. And I fuck with Fat Joe in his catalog, but he ain't on the same level as he didn't have a better catalog than Ja Rule. People keep forgetting who the fuck Ja Rule was in the early shit. He was out since the early 90s, but he didn't really start popping until like the late 90s. Excuse me. Early 2000s. People kept forgetting that Ja Rule was in the same era of one of the two hottest rappers of all time back at that time, and that was fucking DMX and Jay-Z. They was big. They was killing the game at that time. And people forget Ja was with those dudes. He was still making hits and shit. And people kept forgetting about that. But shout out to Ja Rule for really the only person I seen do their catalog correctly. And I give Mario his props for his verses. He did his catalog exactly how he's supposed to did his catalog. He was a number, and that's why he fucked. That's why he beat the shit out. That was one of the reasons why he beat the shit out of Omarion in his verses. But Omarion just was a weirdo in his verses, man. That shit was weird shit. Anyway, people, let me go to the store. I'm probably go live soon. I come back. I probably go live. What time is it? Damn, I bit my tongue. I mean, I bit my lip. I'll probably go live. What time is it? 3. Probably go live about 4:30. People, jump in the shower. I've been laying down all my fucking day. Jump in the shower. I was supposed to get my hair cut today, but I probably do it. Probably get it done tomorrow. Or Monday. So yeah, let me get out here, go to the store. I'll holler at y'all. We're gonna go live. We talk about this shit live. Talk about some more shit live. We got some boxing talk. We gotta talk about. See if I can get my brother True from New York to jump up in here. Talk about this shit. Leave your comments. God damn it. It's your boy Mr. OBF. Leave your comments. Hit that like button. Hit the bell button so you guys can get the alert. Make sure you guys go over to Mr. OBF, my channel, and make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell button so you can get these live streams when they come out. It's your boy Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.